Hello. The title of my speech is Tobacco Use Amongst Children and Teens. The purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience to see the negative effects of smoking tobacco. Smoking over time has caused many health issues and many deaths among American teenagers for decades now, and it has become a serious problem. My visual aid here is used as an advertisement to persuade smokers to quit smoking. In the middle, it has a message that states quit before it's too late. Also, rotten is written out in the teeth. When you start to smoke, your teeth become stained yellow, and then they become rotten, and then they fall out. When you start smoking, your immune system suddenly decreases and you put yourself at a higher risk for gum diseases and oral cancer. 90% of smokers start smoking before reaching the age of 18. I have witnessed many of my family members' body deteriorate and they become so thin that you can see their ribs because they smoke so many cigarettes. Teenagers smoke cigarettes because they think it's cool or they try to fit in with other groups and people. First, I will explain the nature of teenage smoking and why it is a problem. And then I will explain the cause of teenage smoking. And lastly, I will speak about a proposed solution to teenage smoking. To begin with, I will explain the nature of teenage smoking. Deaths caused by smoking has reached its peak. Every day, nearby 6,000 children start smoking before reaching the age of 18. According to the book Cigarettes, What the Warning Label Doesn't Tell You, 400,000 of American teenagers die as a result of smoking cigarettes. If you smoke, your lungs won't be able to work as well as they should. While you are in your teens, your lungs are still developing and their ability to function is supposed to increase. However, this process is impaired to teenagers who smoke because their lung growth suddenly decreases and their maximum lung strength suddenly decreases as well. According to the book Cigarettes What the Warning Label Doesn't Tell You, people who smoke have a poorer health than those who do not smoke. One reason why smokers may be sick and miss so many days of school is because they are susceptible of colds and other respiratory illness. A study of a group of U.S. soldiers showed that individuals who smoke were almost 50% more likely to catch a cold than those who do not smoke. Secondly, I will explain the cause of teenage smoking. Factors that influence teenage smoking are complex and numerous. Student school performance is a key factor in predicting smoking. According to the article Teen Smoking Attempts to Quit and School Performance, better a student is scholastically, the less likely she or he is to become a smoker. Teenage school performance often is described as dependability. Educational commitment. Educational success can also be viewed as motivation, educational commitment, dependability, and etc. Lack of that is interpreted as students' lack of current opportunities, which drives them to start smoking. Peer pressure is also a key factor in influencing teenage smoking. According to peer pressure, teen smoking, when it comes to smoking cigarettes, the United States Department of Health and Human Services noted the rate among teens that have 3 or more friends who smoke is less likely to smoke than those who do not have friends who smoke. Lastly, I was speaking about a proposed solution to teenage smoking. To reduce smoking rates among teenagers, it is important to create fewer new smokers among teens. According to Prevention of Teenage Smoking Through Negative Information Driving a Cluster Randomized Trial, Onicapie has been known to be an effective prevention program for smokers. Onicapie has been in service for 10 years. Many schools want the prevention program to come to their school to influence students to not smoke or quit smoking. Onicapie is a 2-hour activity that introduces a presentation about the risks of smoking. It also gives a live video about the pulmonary and what affects it, how smoking can affect it. And it also shows a live interview of a person who smoked, and they tells their testimony and how they developed lung cancer and what the lung cancer is doing to their body. According to the article Prevention of Teenage Smoking Through Negative Information Giving a Cluster Randomized Trial, and interventions are effective in supporting teenagers in their quitting process. Interventions use technologically enhanced methods and personal testimonies to inform about the negative consequences of smoking. Counseling interventions has also been said to be effective in the quitting process for smokers. Finally, there have been proven evidence that interventions are effective for smokers to quit smoking. Community interventions such as smoking bans and educational programs have been effective in reducing smoking rates. Anti-smoking advertisements and tobacco sale taxes also have deterred new smokers. In conclusion, the tobacco use among teenagers have grown tremendously. But with the help of interventions, we can kill that. In the beginning, I spoke about the nature of teenage smoking. Many teenagers develop severe diseases which deteriorates their insides because they smoke. Secondly, I'll talk about the causes of teenage smoking. School performance is a key factor in influencing teenage smoking. And lastly, I spoke about a proposed solution to teenage smoking. Interventions have been known to be effective in helping smokers quit smoking. So I want to say to you today, for everyone who's listening, to stop smoking or do not smoke.